Hello and welcome to Embodied Mindfulness Meditation. My name is Dina Asher Kushnir, and I welcome you to embark on a path of inner discovery and healing through the interwoven practices of Buddhist mindfulness meditation and somatic learning. May it be of benefit to you and those around you. Namaste. And so let's start by just comprehending the sitting, the whole posture, your room, your environment. What kind of open lens attending to whatever is there around you. Maybe you can go behind even the room and to the building or to the land or wherever you are. What's the weather? Comprehending the moment in the environment, the outward environment. We are kind of the inner environment always reflects the outer, and the outer always reflects the inner. There is this beautiful membrane that brings in and out the two environments. So kind of receive the outer, notice, comprehend. And slowly direct your attention to the sitting posture. Notice where your feet are. Your hands, the touch of the weight and the touch on the chair where you sit. Any last minute adjustment in the posture if you need. And again, gently bring the awareness to the breath or to the movement of the breath in the body. Notice where it moves, where it not. Do you feel it in the chest or in the belly? Maybe the upper shoulders, maybe the tip of the nose. Kind of the wider lens of breath awareness in body sitting. And since the breath is the breath of life, I call her the priestess of breath. And I'm doing it to kind of bring your attention how this priestess usher life moment by moment is the in-breath. She usher the breath in, or she is the breath in. And then it's the out-breath, emptying the vessel. So she's pouring into the vessel life. She is entering the vessel and then emptying the vessel. It's a kind of a softer feeling about the breath. She comes in. And as she comes in, I want you to go deeper into more focused concentration. Go into the area of your chest, the heart space, the area of the lungs, around it, surrounded by rib cage and intercostal muscles and the spine in the back. And as she, priestess of breath, entering, she goes out touching from the inside this area. She entering every nook and cranny in your lungs. So let's establish our focus on that area today. And sense how it kind of touches from the inside and creates spaciousness, opening. And the ribcage has to kind of let go for it to expand. And actually, the intercostal muscles actually release themselves to allow the breath to expand and touch from the inside. And then everything kind of come to a smaller space when it's emptying. She's emptying herself from your body. And then there's a pause. You can feel the pause after the emptiness. And again, she comes in. Sense in a very, as detailed as possible, her entrance into your lungs, into the heart space, into the edges of the rib cage and how they expand. And they expand kind of a dome shape. They expand also upward to the shoulders and downward to the diaphragm, to the belly. It's a pretty big area, actually. So stay with this natural breath, just natural, how it enters, how she enters, how she leaves. And make the pause at the end of out breath a little bit longer. That's almost like the gap between times. This is also the infinite. It's when it's before creation. That's a lot of healing happening when we kind of stop in the emptiness. On the body level, now they know that it is helping with high blood pressure. So pausing after exhalation lowering the blood pressure. It's like an immediate medicine. It's a medicine for high blood pressure. But it is a medicine for other things. It is feeling that space in between the is and the isn't, just right there. So we'll just stay there with awareness, with tenderness, attending to ourselves, with focus and concentration. And feeling where she touches you. And bring your attention to the backs of the back of the lungs. And just stay there for a while. What is happening there? How she touches you there in the back. How the lungs expanding. How the rib cage reacting to that expansion. And even if you don't feel the movement in the back, I offer you to stay there. I encourage you to stay there, because if you don't feel it, it means that there's a little bit, some blockages of some kind of energy. So when you stay long enough, it might open up. You don't have to force anything. By attention to this part of your body, it will kind of feel your love. It will feel your attention and caring, and it will allow itself to release some contractions. Just stay in the back of the lungs. And of course, with all this work, you will feel some other sensations somewhere else, or thoughts, or pleasant or unpleasant. It's okay. You allow it to be. It's yet another phenomenon that rising and falling, like the breath. No need to make it a story or drama or of course, when we make a story out of a thought, it becomes feelings of pleasant or unpleasant, and then it become an emotion, and then it become really big disturbances in the body. It's okay. You just feel, even if it's an emotion. Maybe it's a pleasant emotion. So feel the sensations and then come back to the lungs, to the heart space, where she comes in and emptying herself, and there's a pause. Stay longer in the pause. It's always the inner radio will turn on very loud when we are turning off outside noises and disturbances. That's actually the only way to know our nature of mind, is by turning off outside disturbances and turning in to concentrate on breath. And then all the demons, all the ghosts that we're underneath waiting to get your attention rising up in your consciousness, which is okay. That's the way it is. That's what they're supposed to do. You're giving them now space to do it. And yet you're not giving them the attention. You're giving them space to be. And you're allowing them, like the breath, to come in and to go out naturally. Naturally, they will come in and they will go out. If you don't hold on to them and grasp into them, attach yourself into them or identify yourself with them, they will just rise and fall like a breath. And now direct your awareness into the area of the upper lungs, where they're touching the upper shoulders. And stay up there. It's really the apex here of the lungs. And attend to this area of the upper shoulders and feel if the breath arises here too. As she touches you here. Are the shoulders coming up and down with each breath? And now direct your attention to the right side, to the right lung, under your arm, under your armpit. And feel that area on the right side. And see if breath touches this area. Is this area moving with each in-breath and out-breath? And you actually can imagine, and you can use that today. Imagine the right lung as it expands. You can actually visualize it. You probably saw a lung before in anatomy books. So just allow the right lung to expand and kind of touches the ribs on the side under the arm. Feel that. Now you actually acting, visualizing and acting on the lung. You can expand it even more. Allow the breath to reach the whole right side. The lungs from within filling up like a balloon. And you feeling that expansion. Establish that in your consciousness, how the right lung can expand there too. How this ribs can also move. And then for a moment, compare the left side, the left lung, and the right lung, and see if you can feel a difference. The one you intentionally opened up and expanded, and the one who you left alone. See if in your mind's eyes you can feel and sense or see the difference. And now direct your attention to the left lung. And notice, is it the same size as the right lung? There's another organ there. There's a heart. And actively expand the left lung into the side of the ribcage under the arm. Gently, not just tending to it, but really gently expanding the movement. If it doesn't want to move, that's fine. Your intention and your tending to it will allow it to wake up. Your attention will cause the waking up of this part of your body and to be activated. And the attention will release the contraction and the movement will happen naturally. So it's a natural event. By attending to a body part, the body part consciousness wakes up and it opens up. It allows itself to receive your attention. And suddenly the lungs opens up and being activated fully. And that's a healing process. That's what I really it's a kind of offering today with Omicron and COVID and all that, to to sometimes activating gently the lungs and expanding it to the side of the body, to the back, to the up, to the front, and down below. And allow the lungs to open up, to expand, so more oxygen can enter with her, with the priestess of breath. And that's the healing element in our body, oxygen and prana, life force with it. So feel the two sides of the rib cage and then go into the lower lungs and again with attention and attending, kind of allow the lower lungs to expand with the breath. It's a gentle directing, really. Not using force, but using mind attention. It's not the will and force, it's attention and attending that opens up and fills the lungs. And allow prana, life force, oxygen to go in and kind of do their work, you know? We don't know that work. We don't do that work. They do the work. The priestess of breath knows the work. We are only kind of ushering her, opening the potential of the lungs to expand by attending gently. A few more moments staying with this, opening the lungs, breathing in the prana, breathing out what is not needed anymore, releasing. Allow her to touch every part of the lungs, every part of the rib cage. I call it kissing. Let her kiss you from the inside. One of the symptoms of fatigue is not enough breath coming in, not enough prana, not enough life force. So this meditation you can use when you don't have energy, when you're tired, when you are exhausted, when you're fatigued, when you're so contracted that the breath is short and rapid, and you want to open it and tend to yourself. That's a good meditation to do to heal fatigues. And again, it's first attending to it gently and then directing the breath too, kind of giving it directions like, yeah, go in there to the lower part of the lungs and or the front part or the side part or the back part. Know that the lungs really occupying, these huge organs and they're occupying the whole space. And of course, with the heart, with a connection with the heart, they're pumping the oxygen. The heart is working to send it to the body, and it's just enlivening the whole body through this process. So as we ending this session, put your hands on your heart and on your
chest space, and say, kind of feel, not even saying, but feel gratitude to this body part, the heart space and the lungs, that allowing that process of life to come in, allowing and working and expanding and contracting to create this life coming in, to like almost like digest the life from the outside and digest it and create goodness and sending it to the whole body. So deep gratitude. Thank you. Thank you, lungs. Thank you, heart. And kind of take your hands and touch the upper part of your shoulders, where the lungs touching the shoulders, and take your hands and touch the other side, kind of touching with gratitude. Maybe the side of the underneath the armpit. They're touching, really. The lungs touches the armpit from the inside. So take your hands and if you can, go to the back and touch the lungs from the back. Say thank you. Thank you, lungs. Thank you, heart. Thank you for providing this life. Thank you for allowing the priestess of breath to come in, and thank you for digesting prana and sending it to the body. Thank you. Thank you. Deep, deep gratitude to your lungs, especially when they're fatigued and have a kind of a dis-ease in them. They would love that gratitude. They would love the attention. Stay as long as you want, as long as you need, and use it. Use it for your health. And may this work, this healing work, will be useful to everyone. That the fruit of this healing work for yourself will benefit all whom you touch in your life. Because your health and your healing is essential for you to touch others. Always when we do healing work for ourselves, it's actually for all others that our life touches. Always the fruit of the healing for ourselves is also beneficial for others. It's never for ourselves alone. That's the beauty. Imena nili mili, vanilets mi mieni, mani. We're not doing it always with the consciousness that when we do it to ourselves, we're actually expanding the circle of healing for everyone. And it's so, so beautiful. That's truly life. That's life. In gratitude, in deep gratitude to all of it. And we say, Aho, Amen.
Thank you for listening. May you be safe. May you be well. And may all beings be free of suffering. Namaste.